Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. I'm your host, Davon Lewis. Appreciate you guys coming in to show your love and support. Don't forget to hit the like button, smash that support, and let's go ahead and hit that share as well. And let's go ahead and get into AEW Collision as things hit into high gear. As we had a decent open Copeland, which was the TNT Championship online, as Adam Copeland had an answering to an open challenge, as he ended up having a surprising return of Matt Cardona, which that was a nice little touch of having him come back. It was kind of like a teacher and student moment, but I highly enjoyed seeing this match. This match really went the distance. Couldn't ask for anything better, and I was highly vested when it came to being the opener of the match for the TNT Championship. Speaking of other matches, we ended up having um, two qualifying tag team matches for the quarterfinals for the AEW Tag Team Tournament. We had FTR taking on the Infantry, which was Carlie Bravo and Shawn Dean. I'm a big fans of the Infantry in their Ring of Honor days, and of course, they're doing phenomenal work on the tag team scene. And I'm kind of glad they're now getting that little boost step of being more of a spotlight when it comes to AEW little bit more. And then also we end up having tag team action of Top Flight, Dante Martin and Darius Martin, taking on Big Bill and Ricky Starks. But of course, we end up having a little bit of a tragedy. We end up having Ricky Starks getting injured in that match. And best wishes to you, Ricky. Hopefully you get well soon. And we see you back in the square circle when it comes to AEW from there. But also, we ended up having singles action. We ended up having Kyle O'Reilly taking on JD Drake, which was a short, fast, and furious match, straight to the point. Couldn't ask for anything better. And then, of course, we ended up having the women's tag team, not women's tag team, but women's singles action as Thunder Rosa took on Lady Frost. And this was a decent match, a decent, almost close to 9 minute match. Couldn't ask for anything better. These ladies really put on a nice little showcase. And Lady Frost is becoming to her own, but she keep racking up them L's. But I need to see Lady Frost back into the winning column from there. But we also kicked off the night that was pretty decent, which was trios action, which we had Blackpool Combat Club members Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli, along with Shibata taking on Lance Archer and the Righteousness, which was a decent trios action. This one went a total almost 17 minutes. Couldn't ask for anything better when it came to all the matches that were derailed on the card, including the women's match, including a phenomenal, decent opener with the TNT Championship, including the tag team qualifiers, which you couldn't ask for anything better. But let's go ahead and jump right into this as Tony Khan delivered a decent card off the gates. He ended up having Adam Copeland making his entrance, and of course going over his promo and basically delivering his whole speech about who's going to challenge for the open Copeland, and things broke down from there as Matt Cardona made his grand entrance for AEW. It's been a while since he's been in AEW. When he was there a couple years back when Cody Rhodes was in his heyday of being in AEW, but you couldn't ask for anything better when it comes to Matt Cardona. Has really just been running wreck shot everywhere on the indie scene. This following week, he was over at TNA Wrestling, and in the night, he was in actual in match tonight against Adam Copeland. Couldn't ask for anything better. Adam Copeland was controlling the majority of this match, but this match went the distance as things really broke down from there. Cardona really gained a lot of control as well, and they went back and forth, and they really had a decent chemistry as they went throughout this match. With this with a lot of chain wrestling. And of course, Cardona started doing the dirty moves and tactics. Of course, the fans didn't start to boo for him over time, but they were slowly cheering as well for Adam Copeland throughout this whole entire match, as Adam really broke things down with a flying bulldog, and of course Cardona countered and then tried to hit that radio silence. And things really went from there when Cardona tried to kick the ropes into Adam Copeland's groin. And then Taurus Cardona tried to hit the Impaler DDT. And things really broke down from there, back and forth, with counter and signature moves, hitting their signatures. And the finish came off pretty smoothly as Adam Copeland fired with the crowd into anticipated with a spear after Cardona tried to hit the radio silence and missed it. and then things broke down from there. As things broke down from there, this match went a total of 13 minutes and 32 seconds. I was on my edge of my seat. I had watched the AEW Collision a little bit later. I know some of you guys already pushed out your content already, but I got into it a little bit later because I had things to obligate in my family. But other than that, everything else went smoothly from there when it came to the singles contest. They worked pretty well when it came to knowing how to work with each other, and they have really great chemistry when it comes to how they work with each other. And you couldn't ask for anything better as well when it came to them going back and forth, back and forth. But of course, post match things really broke down from there as Adam Copeland was celebrating. The lights dimmed off, and then we had a Malachi Black appearance, and of course the fans were just chanting "Holy shit!" from there, and things really just set the tone for how things broken down. Of course, Adam Copeland was trying to size up Malachi Black, but then of course he was ambushed by Buddy Matthews, and Matthews took advantage of that. And then of course from there things broke down as the beatdown continued to be in progress as they both went in and put the beatdown. Then Mark Briscoe and Eddie Houston both ran down there. They made the save, and things broke down from there. From that actual in ring, and then they switched to the backstage segment when Adam Copeland was backstage and he challenged the House of Blacks for a trios bout at AEW Dynasty for April 21st. Of course, instead of Miz, Kingston said, "We're sure the House of Blacks spits out blood and teeth." As we're going to go seeing that match, and I look forward to seeing that trios match at AEW Dynasty as it's the new pay-per-view on the block, and I look forward to seeing how they conduct things to get things underway and go from there. And of course, the tag team quarterfinals match gets into full swing as things broke down in a big way, as we ended up having Big Bill and Ricky Starks making the grand entrance, and things broke down from there against a top flight. And things really got into high gear back and forth with a couple roll ups, transitional moves. Big Bill being a big man, but of course, getting taken out to slowing down his momentum. But once he was able to get directly into things, things really broke down from there. But of course, we had a couple things that broke down from there, as we had a real interesting little take, as well as it was an awkward landing by Ricky Starks, which landed on his knee. But of course, he went to Twitter earlier after the show and said that he's good when he posted on his Instagram from there. But we're not absolutely sure what happened from there. But we shall see what goes, what the MRI is looking like, and how everything is looking when it comes to Ricky Starks. But of course, things broke down from there, fast and furious, and things broke down from there as Top Flight ended up picking up the victory in a decent match from there. Then we get ready for the next following contest, which was another interview backstage, which was FTR. They was having message directly for the Infantry. They basically broke down with a nice, decent promo. Things went pretty smoothly, which wasn't too bad whatsoever. And then things broke down from there. Of course, you couldn't ask for anything better when it came to that. Then they got into the tag team match with the Infantry, and things really broke down in this tag team match as it was a nice little transitional moves. The Infantry are phenomenal when it comes to how they conduct themselves, and you couldn't ask for anything better directly from the Infantry. And I really enjoyed this tag team match. It was a lot of back and forth and things in between, and a lot of twists and turns. And things really broke down from there as FTR ended up hitting the Shatter Machine for the victory, and things broke down from there with the 1, 2, 3. This match went total of 12 minutes and 22 seconds. Couldn't ask for anything better, but I highly enjoyed this tag team match, and you couldn't ask for you could have asked for more, but when it came to this tag team match, I highly enjoyed it. I had a good time. I enjoyed the chain wrestling. I enjoyed the high spots for the tag team moves. But of course, the Infantry fell victim to the FTR, and FTR is rolling their way through the tag team division, showing that they still are the dominant tag team on the block. But of course, earlier when I was bringing my personal opinion, I'm thinking it's going to be the finals of FTR versus the Young Bucks. But I look forward to seeing how that would turn out eventually when we have that actual finals tag team match for the claim the new AEW Tag Team Championship as things continue to get into a smooth transition and get into high gear. But we didn't end up having a quick singles action. It was Kyle O'Reilly. He was in singles action. He took on JD Drake, which this match was fast and furious, very quickly, very hard hitting, but you couldn't ask for anything better when it comes to Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly really was into his own night, and he really um, wasn't taking any prisoners tonight, as he slowed down the big man pretty much and took things into a full thing as he put on a quick performance very quickly, and of course picking up that victory with a nice leg lock and then going from there. And things broke down from there. And then of course afterwards, Undisputed Kingdom rushed down into the ring to celebrate with Kyle O'Reilly. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett lift him up on their shoulders, and energy was a little too high. It seemed clear that eventually the rub of it was just getting under Kyle O'Reilly, and he just wasn't feeling it. As things continue to lead into the story with the showdown eventually, which I was saying that Roger Strong and Kyle O'Reilly eventually probably going to just go head to head and eventually headbutt with each other from there, which I probably see how things eventually break down from there. And Kyle O'Reilly is going to have his hands full with Roger Strong, but I know these both have always have history when it comes to team singles action. I'm not sure this is their first time meeting up um, in AEW or basically just in other promotions. I haven't really seen them really fight each other in singles competition other than Ring of Honor. But other than that, I look forward to seeing where they go with this, how they push things, and it's going to be phenomenal. You couldn't ask for anything better when it comes to Roger Strong and Colin. Then we get ready for the Thunder Rosa, who's getting ready for singles competition. She's taking on Lady Frost, which I knew this was a no-brainer, as Lady Frost had her hands tied. But Thunder Rosa really was just on all cylinders. Good show. Majority of this match back and forth with a lot of chain wrestling, a lot of near falls, a lot of arm wrestling in between. Of course, they had Tony Storm backstage and everything like that watching on, and things really continue to break down from there as Tony Storm really was taking advantage of this match back and forth. These ladies really went the distance of only just 8 minutes and 49 seconds. But Lady Frost fell victim for the Tijuana bomb for the 1, 2, 3 after a backstabber setup. And Lady Frost is impressed with the things, how things are breaking down. Lady Frost continued to impress me, but they need to start giving her some wins, including a nice spinning air raid crash, which I really enjoyed from her, and a couple other transitional moves that Lady Frost know how to deliver in her arsenal. But we shall see how things break down from there, and hopefully they get things up and going when it comes to Lady Frost. I feel like she deserves a whole lot better when it comes to her display and what they're doing with her. I just feel like her catching all these L's is just not good for her whatsoever. And from my own hot take, the fans are probably not going to get fully invested into her. She's just going to be just another jobber on the roster from there. Then we switch over to a backstage segment with Tony Storm. That she informed Thunder that she will wrestle Mariah May on Dynamite in a 1 versus 2 rankings matchup. And Storm praises May for plotting her scenario and planting a big kiss on her on the lips, which was kind of out the blue. And she says that she expects Storm think May intentions may be in a position herself to block all contenders for the champion rather than to earn a shot herself. And it's pretty clear that May is just rolling up with the big punches and doing the best she can without a mastermind blueprint, as things broke down in that interview, and of course in black and white. And I look forward to seeing how things continue to go from there. As of course you do her normal stench of watch out, chin up, tits up, and watch out for the shoe, as she continues to get Renee Brickett every single time, and things broke down from there as they went into commercial break from there. Then came back and they got ready for trios action, which was Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Katsuyori Shibata, as they went against Lance Archer and the Righteous. This was a decent main event. in with the distance. Couldn't ask for anything better. Lance Archer was looking pretty dominant back and forth. Couldn't ask for anything better when it came to Lance Archer. He was looking kind of dominant. But of course, the BBC took advantage of doing his transitional moves. Shibata was on all cylinders, hitting everything out the gate, including this nice penalty kick to Vincent. And things really broke down from there with a couple of high spots. Everybody was able to get things underway with their trademark moves and a lot of back and forth. And of course, when Claudio and not when Claudio and also when we had Lance Archer going back and forth, the size of a big man, couldn't ask for anything better when it came to that directly. And I enjoyed that nice little slant up. And of course, Claudio was trying to get the big swing off of that, but of course things got broken up from there. And then things really broke down from there as the match really went to a nice twist and turns. And then things broke down from there as the main event really broke down. As of course, BBC ended up picking up the victory over them, and things really broke down from there. As Daniel Bryan ended up getting a hot tag, and Claudio, of course, eventually took Archer into a big swing, and of course into a nice little big kick from there for the submission from there. But you couldn't ask for anything better when it comes to Claudio. Claudio's always looking great, looking decent, and you couldn't ask for anything from there when it comes to the BBC. And Lance Archer really is coming into his own as being a true Murder Hulk monster. And I look forward to seeing a little bit more of Lance Archer. Hopefully they don't fade him out and things break down from there. But we shall see how things continue to progress on AEW Collision as things continue to get better each and every single week as things progress. Also, we had a challenge offered by the claim to Bullet Club Gold. So I look forward to seeing that as well as that got tied in on the via social media as they basically broke that down, of course, with the home invasion and everything broken down. And we shall see what happens in the long run. Also, we end up having Christopher Daniels issuing a challenge to Malachi Black, and he was offering it that on via Twitter, and he was looking to basically set it up for a Rampage. So we had a lot of people setting up their challenges, and of course, we're gonna see this following Wednesday. We're gonna see Will Ospreay in a match beforehand, as he's gonna be taking on Big Will Hobbs, and I look forward to seeing that match on Dynamite. So you guys need to tune in for AEW as AEW continue to shake things out each and every single night tonight, and you couldn't ask for anything better when it comes to everything that's going on. Tonight's show, I'll give it maybe 4 out of 5 stars. Was pretty decent for my own hot take. Couldn't ask for anything better. I look forward to seeing next following Collision who will be the next person to step up. Maybe we'll get Daniel Garcia. Maybe we'll get some other indie player on the field, but we shall see how the open Copeland is continue to shape up. But also, I'm looking forward towards Dynamite and seeing all the matches that will be displayed on the card for next week, and things will break down from there. But all the while, I appreciate you guys coming through. Smash that like button, post your comments down below, and don't forget to share it. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode. And you guys be safe, be blessed, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.